Hello, everyone. We're happy to have Levent here with us today. Levent, thank you so much for joining us. How is it going?
My pleasure. It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. So my first question is, how do you see the differences between 2 years ago and now in the Web3 gaming space?
Yeah, so in 2021, it was mainly about just speculation. Not so many great games in the industry, and there was only like X Infinity that people played, and beside that, like most of the stuff was browser games where you had to like click stuff and then earn certain rewards, and that was mainly uh, Web3 gaming in a nutshell. Of course, like there was a lot of builders who were trying to get funding to build better stuff, but the space was really at the beginning phase of it, and since the space of blockchain was mostly about earning money and like all the things that are connected to that. It was very very nascent, and it was like in its baby phases. But like when I look at the industry right now, there is definitely a lot more builders who are creating like stuff that will be able to bring real gamers into the industry, and there's a lot more Web2 studios, traditional gaming studios, meaning they are joining to the space, and they've been building very very cool games. Some of the actually big games that's been getting worked on since 2021 is starting to get released too, so that's another exciting thing, because now people are starting to enjoy like real games, and it's definitely a huge difference compared to what it has been before, and then what we are seeing as of right now.
Can you tell me what are the key differences between Web2 games and Web3 games?
Sure. So in Web2 games, basically, you don't have like any kind of tradability option that is basically transparent. So whatever trades that are going on in the data servers, that's usually completely hidden from the others in the game. So if you're basically transferring your mount or this character in the game, or any weapon in the game, as long as you can actually cheat through the system in some way, you can get away with it, and that actually means that a hacker, an exploiter can come, and then they can actually create some of the greatest items in the game, and then basically hack the game through. That happens in a lot of like big games currently. And in the Web3 gaming space, like one of the most important parts that is connected to this, like open ledgers, the distributed ledgers, is like also like owning your item. So what owning your items mean is like when you're, for example, getting banned from a game, or when you're actually when you buy an item, you can actually trade that item. So like let's think about Fortnite. Fortnite has made about $26 billion in the last couple of years from selling battle passes and skins. And when people pay for those skins, they can never get that money back. They can never trade those items, and it's completely basically gone. Of course, like people enjoy buying them, people enjoy having them, but in the end, some of those items that they bought actually can be resold to other players who actually would want to use that item, and there's not an option like that. So basically, whatever you put into the games, it stays in the game, and there's no way to cash out. There's no way to when you're earning through a game, that's a very very interesting mechanism, because since like MMORPG games and many other forms of games, like there was always black markets that were illegal deemed illegal by the companies who made the games, because they didn't want players to trade these items, they didn't want players to cash out or stuff like that. But this has been happening already for a long time in the traditional gaming space, since I remember the first multiplayer games, basically. So like in a nutshell, Web3 gaming kind of brings like what like the traditional gamers already wanted, in a way that it's actually connected also to the blockchain technology. That's what I see the main difference as the like as one side, you're seeing like all these things that people can actually use, and they've been actually using, but they're illegal on one side. They're actually now legalized. They're right now completely open for people to use. That's like the main difference, in my opinion.
And can you explain some of the most common tools and platforms used specifically in Web3 gaming development?
I mean, most people use still Unity and Unreal Engine. So in terms of the platforms, like those two that are used by traditional gamers are still the most common ones that are used in Web3 gaming. Maybe in the future we may have more tools that are specific to Web3 gaming space, but as of right now, those are the main engines that people use. And in terms of analytics, in terms of onboarding and other stuff like this, I'm starting to hear a lot of like cool stuff. For example, there is one person that I know. He's building something called Nexus, and that's about basically a lot of analytics related things in regards to Web3 gaming. There is also another platform called Stardust, who are working on like better onboarding experiences for users who don't have a MetaMask and stuff like that. I just recently met with the team last week, and it was really a cool tool. And there are many other tools like this. Seedify, like one of our companies, like you could call it as a tool, because we are actually supplying funding and product market fit advisory, tokenomics advisory, and all these like subjects that are connected to being onboarded into Web3 gaming, and also like gaming related advices. We are not, of course, like getting used as a standalone tool except our crowdfunding platform, but besides that, there's definitely a lot of picks and shovels in the industry that are popping up more and more, and that's very, very necessary for Web3 gaming to become mainstream faster, because they each bring like different kind of feature sets and benefits to the both gamers and studios and developers.
Can you provide insights into the types of blockchain technology or protocols that you believe hold the most promise for the future of Web3 gaming?
Polygon is doing definitely good stuff in the L2 space. There is also Ronin that has been made by developers of X Infinity that is right now gaining adoption. There is also Immutable, who are like really good on like fee side and like a service like a transaction speed side. So I would say definitely Polygon, Immutable, and Ronin that are looking as the most exciting stuff. And of course, like there's a lot of parties who are using even Solana and Ethereum to build their games on. So each of these platforms has their like for example, Ethereum has a benefit of having lots of volume, but also it has the problem of having higher fees. And then when you look at Polygon, there is actually a lot more a lot lower costs, but also there is not currently as much transaction volume as there is on the Ethereum chain. In Solana, there is a very, very close-knit community, but the chain is actually not an EVM chain. So being a non-EVM chain, it's actually kind of harder to bridge. It's not impossible to bridge, but it's harder to bridge into other networks with the same contracts that you actually created. Because in EVM chains, once you actually have Ethereum contract, you can actually deploy that into Polygon, Arbitrum, or Binance Smart Chain, whatever other EVM chain there is. And Immutable, for example, like they've been really working on a lot of adoption related stuff. They've been giving grants, and I think Ronin is starting to do the same right now in terms of getting that scale. But probably there's going to be a lot more gaming chains in the future. This is just the start.
Okay, and my next question, in your opinion, how do NFTs enhance the gaming experience and business models within the Web3 ecosystem?
Web3, like gaming, I don't think it can exist without NFTs. It's that crucial because when you want to actually, create an item or create a mount, like you can of course like do it without NFTs too. Like for example, you can only use like a token in certain games. But if you then want like real ownership for the items and stuff like that, and tradability for the items, like ownership side basically gets diminished completely, and then the tradability of items then becomes a little bit of like, okay, these items are still owned by the company, and then you can still trade them even if you don't have them as NFTs, because you can actually still do that on the regular platforms too. But like I'm excited especially about evolutionary NFTs. So when an NFT can basically grow into something bigger, and then they can have actually like new sets of upgrades coming into them, and then like basically new ways of using this technology in a way that it's upgradable stuff. So those are things that really excite me, to be honest. By the way.
All right. So my next question, Levent, can you tell me what are the key challenges you face when working on Web3 gaming project?
The key challenges, probably I would say funding, because like in 2021 we didn't really have that issue. Like we were basically like enabling like good amount of funding to projects, and then the VCs were very interested back then because everything was basically pumping, and like in the beginning of the industry there was this money flow incoming. But then when bear market came, most of the Web3 gaming projects started to have no basically connection to funding. And in Web3 gaming, one of the like biggest hurdles is you need a lot of actually a budget to create a great game. Like you can of course create a simple game and become successful with that too, but if you, for example, just look at like how much is the spending per average project that becomes like mainstream adopted and gets to million users or more, you need a lot of money for that, not just for the marketing, for building a great product, building a great team, and all these parts. And in Web3 gaming space, most of the problem, in my opinion, first came from very immature products, not gonna lie, because they weren't really, like, even if we would fund most of those games with $100 million, they wouldn't become the next World of Warcraft, or they wouldn't become like big stuff, like most of them, like over 99% of them. But there was always this 1% that was very good, and they could actually get to greater scales if they had more funding. So that's something that has been changing recently. Like the last couple of months, we've been seeing a lot of increase in the Web3 gaming funding. like all over the industry. It's not just one gaming genre or something like that. There is big funding coming again, because there has been actually great products that has been getting shipped, and like creating a lot of interest in the Twitter right now, X, in like circles within Web3 space. And people's like belief in the next phase of Web3 gaming has increased by probably 20%, like maybe daily. Like I've been seeing like people who never talked about Web3 gaming becoming content creators, influencers, creating content, talking about like the bullishness of Web3 gaming. People who has been, for example, all about like NFT communities and profile picture projects. They've been, transforming their content into Web3 gaming, and this has been happening on a massive scale right now. And just seeing this part in the Web3 space, I can totally see that like VCs are seeing the same thing too. Right now the crypto people, they're also seeing the same thing too. And whenever there is that kind of energy actually surrounding something, it then just becomes hyped, and then that hype actually brings a lot more funding into the space, which is very, very necessary. But of course, there's also this problem of whenever funding comes, there's going to be also the problem of a lot of people who are not interested, who are not passionate, and who are just here for the money, that are coming to the space, and they're trying to like show a couple things, and then they're trying to take advantage of that money. Like blockchain has been a space for those kind of teams a lot too. So like the main important thing I feel like is to differentiate and to really check the backgrounds and products of these teams, and not actually investing in any kind of idea stage things. That's very important, because if a project is in like idea stage and they don't have any proof of concept, at least that's a big red flag. But of course, like among people who have an idea, they're gonna be successful too, like because everything starts with an idea. But for those with an idea, they should actually like until they come to the funding stage, they should become much more creative and think in terms of how they can actually create that at least proof of concept through certain means. Another part that is problematic about Web3 gaming is like the traditional gamers and traditional gaming influencers right now, like they don't they haven't seen many great games yet. Okay. And even our space, it has been seeing those great games very, very recently. So like we need to really show great products and great games, great experiences to people outside of this ecosystem, so they can actually get onboarded, and then we can actually grow the whole blockchain space this way. Because like since years, like I've been a prominent of like Web3 gaming being actually like becoming something bigger compared to most of the other verticals in the space. And like what I saw was there is more than 3 billion gamers in the whole world. That's like about 45% of the population, or somewhere very, very close to that. So there is a lot of gamers, and there is a lot of spending too. Like gaming spending is bigger than all the other entertainment industries combined. And like if you actually can create a great game and create a fun experience, people are not gonna care if it's Web3 gaming or Web2 gaming. Like people just wanna enjoy a game with their friends, with their family, compete, sometimes heal. Like that's another part of gaming, in my opinion, people relax and enjoy their time, and if they have a problem, they forget about their problems. And even for psychological things, gaming has been a very, very important a healing method for a lot of young kids and a lot of even older people. So what I believe is, like, we gotta actually make sure that we can create and support great teams, great founders, and great products. So we can actually bring millions of new people to the space, and those people are gonna come, and they're not gonna come as speculators. They're gonna come as users. And most of the Web3 space right now, not just gaming, but most of the Web3 space is about speculation right now. Like 90% of the people who are here to make money, to speculate, and just do that. And they come in bulls, and then only a few percentage of that gets left in the bear. But what if we can actually turn this ecosystem, not just Web3 gaming, but the whole space, into something that has a lot of usage? Then we're not going to have these volatility like we've been seeing in the bulls and bears, because there's going to be more users. Those users are going to be then using other products. If those other products get used, there's going to be more profitability in the whole space. Even that part, profitability, it's a very, very rare thing in Web3 space. Like we were lucky in Seedify to achieve that. We didn't take any funding when we started. We didn't have any funding round or a pre-sale, and even though we held ICOs, IDOs, and pre-sales for a lot of other companies, like our start was an airdrop start, and we did the community airdrop, and I just put my own money into Seedify, and then seen it grow through profitability, and through basically creating win-wins, and serving other people and serving other companies. But that's a very, very rare occasion, and I haven't seen probably not even 3% to 5% of Web3 companies are profitable. Probably that's even less than that. It should be less than 3%. So I mean, that's what we need, and for that we need more users too.
And have you ever worked on a Web3 gaming project that failed, and what did you learn from that experience?
We are incubating and launching a lot of games. We've seen a lot of failures, and we've seen massive massive runs too. Like we had a project, for example, when 700x in 2021. So imagine a person probably could never hear something like that. It's an ROI that's happening in a few months. We even see that, but we've also seen projects that flopped, projects that didn't deliver, projects that just started good but couldn't continue on good. But at the same time, that's what entrepreneurship is about. In none of the VCs that I've seen, every company that they invested has done great. There is not a single VC in the whole universe that actually was capable of that. Even Y Combinator and companies like A16Z, sometimes their actually investments don't work, and most of the time actually they don't work, and only a certain percentage actually does work, and then those percentages actually make the money for the losses and then more. So that's the business we are in. So we've definitely seen failures a lot too. That's part of the process.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Levent, I have last question for you for today. What excites you most about the future of Web3 gaming space?
I would say seeing about 100 million users as gamers in the space. That's what excites me a lot. When I visualize the future of the space, that's what I see in the space. At least 100 million people playing Web3 games, and that kind of usage is gonna take the whole blockchain and all the other things that this industry is producing into another level. And there's going to be so many great games to play, because if you have that many users, then there's going to be like all the other parts of the puzzle that's going to be here. So that's what excites me the most. And besides that, also we're building something since 2022, and first we started to build that silently, and like we didn't make too much noise about it. And this is a this is a project that that has become very, very important to me as well. And I just want to really make sure that we can actually have a lot of contribution to get to that 100 million user level, and so my excitement actually in that number over there connects with something we are building too besides seed.
All right. Thank you, Levent, for this discussion, and hope you guys also enjoyed it. And if you got further questions or just want to connect with Levent directly, you'll find his contact information in the video description.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.